Huzzah! All right, here we are. Maybe we should be crossing this bridge. Or going down here. Anyway, so Andrew Cool has a question for us. I've been doing a series on YouTube for D&D, and it's Jojo's Bizarre D&D Adventure, and I'm trying to figure out how to integrate the stand into a character sheet where they only have strength, dex, and con as their stats. What is the stand?
That was an illusion.
That explains why I looked like there was something here that you could walk through. Thank you. I was wondering how that was supposed to be. Ooh.
Let's move.
Fix our visual bugs. An elevator. Got it. That probably leads to the Underdark. We don't need to do that. All these things connect. This might connect over here. We've more or less seen the back of all this. Okay, let's go talk to the people at the front and see about that person who's being held captive. That the artist. No, I actually don't know what a Jojo is. I feel like I've heard the name Jojo's Bizarre something, but I don't know what it is. Stand is a manifestation of a person's fighting spirit with a special power, such as, for instance, turning blood into soda or stopping time, basically a ghost-like figure controlled by its user. And you want to integrate that thing into a character sheet where they only have strength, dex, and con as their stats. Okay, so why can't you just... Why do you... What's the problem? Why can't you make a character sheet for the stand? Can't you just give it a character sheet? Give it some stats? Is there am I missing something about the stand concept that precludes it from having strength, strength, dex, int, whiz, charisma? And couldn't we just, scrap one of those stats if we didn't need it? Like, if it doesn't physically touch things, then it doesn't have strength.
That's worth something in Baldur's Gate. Assuming we make it.
Right. No, we got to go talk to the dude down here.
Yeah, all right, fine. But who are you? His muse.
It can touch you, but you can't touch it. Not sure how that even makes sense, but okay. So you can still give it stats and just say that it can touch you, but you can't touch it. That doesn't... What's the problem here? I'm not actually sure what the thing that needs to be Jenga'd is. Where exists our... What part of this cannot be modeled by D&D? Is what I'm trying to say.
Have you spoken to Brem? He'll let me go free?
I'm working on it, dude.
Course.
Yeah,
Sure, we
sorry.
have plenty.
I totally forgot what your deal was. Ah, Brem. Brem's the trader. Excellent.
Something I can help you with?
First let's trade.
Got some interesting stock for a friend of the family.
Ooh, that's why we stopped trading with you, is that you don't have any more money.
Pleasure.
It's each case by case with a different power not exactly used in D&D. So each one's a custom character. They don't all have 10 strength or, 10 wisdom, but they each have their own set of stats that you would roll like a normal person. You want to systematize the thing that's inherently unsystematizable?
Something I can help you with?
I want to buy your prisoner,
I
my
doubt
dude.
You've got that kind of dosh line about.
I probably do, but I don't want to pay $1,000 for this person. Yeah. I mean, he said I'm going to get paid back, and I trust him, and I do want to free him, and we will pay $1,000 if we have to, but if we could pay less, that'd be sick. I played a lot of Divinity Original Sin 1, and I love Divinity Original Sin 1. I don't even know if I finished Divinity Original Sin 2, but I didn't like it as much.
Alright,
Divinity Original
so maybe
Sin
I was
1
fishing.
had like excellent
fooling
writing and an excellent story, and everything was fairly, like the combat was really great. Yeah, I'll pay you
He's all
600.
yours. Don't
But
forget to feed
Divinity
him.
Original Sin
Involve
2
something
suffered
proper.
from the problem that, like, it actually suffers from a problem that Baldur's Gate has that I'm trying to avoid, where you've got so many consumables and so many spells and so many effects that stack on top of each other and so many, like, interesting systems to work with that, like, essentially the game is no longer about your base character and your base stats. It's just about, like, what things can you mix together to turn into something, like, super powerful. For example, in Divinity Original Sin 2, you had a lot of issues where, like, you wouldn't ever want to just shoot an arrow at someone because there's so many magic arrows lying around, like my inventory has right now, that you're always going to be shooting magic arrows, and you're always going to want to mix this arrow and then this spell effect to create this big zone of this thing, and so it became a lot less like combat and just like mass AoE, mass status effect, change the environment, which was kind of fun for like the first 10 or 15 combats, but after a little while, like, it just became a mess of too many abilities and too many features and too many things going on all at the same time. And it lost some of its like lovely simplicity. And I feel a little bit about that way about Baldur's Gate 3. Like, if you want to play this game well, you would just have people take the Tavern Brawler feat and throw javelins. Actually, you would do Tavern Brawler feat, max out strength, and then have people go like fighter with
We unpacking? I thought we was packing.
Arcane Mage. What is it called? Arcane Knight, the one that allows you to get your packed weapon, so you can throw it and it automatically reappears in your hand, and then you can get like a spear +1 or a spear +2 or something, and then you can just throw that over and over again with the +4 to hit and +4 to damage from your high strength. And then you're just going to destroy everything. Combine that with the fact that your spears and javelins do more damage from high ground, add in a fly spell, or just always find some high ground, and like the mechanics of the game really fall away really quickly. And you can long rest basically whenever you want. I've got almost 30 long rests sitting in my camp supply, so I can long rest after every single battle. So I can, and if I wanted to, should really expend all my spells every single battle. But now, like, resource management isn't a thing anymore. And so in order to make the game more interesting, you have to sort of like disengage and from game mechanics and apply a certain set of like, well, I want to play the game, but I want it to be a challenging thing, so like I'm just not going to use these really good tools I have at my disposal in order to create like some semblance of a challenge. And Baldur's Gate 3 isn't as bad as Divinity Original Sin 2 with this, but that's why I stopped playing Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, dude, we helped you out,
I've
right?
ever been bought before? How much did I fetch? No, don't tell me. There's nothing so depressing as learning one's true value. Well, you should at least know what you've paid for. I am the Oscar Fevras, at your service.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The dialogue options in Baldur's Gate 3 are good. I don't even remember what they were in Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate, I'm sorry, Divinity Original Sin 2, Divinity Original Sin 1. All of these were made by Larian Studios, by the way. But Divinity Original Sin 1 is the best written game I've ever played in my entire life. And I really like it. Oh my god, the first act in Divinity Original Sin 1 is like my favorite section of gaming of all time. Your characters are interesting. I mean, they have a cool story going on with them. You can play it with 2, you can play it with 4. Some good stuff. Love DOS 1. Love it. I'm not an asshole. I'm Koibu. Hey,
genuine
what's up,
pleasure.
dude?
I'm in your debt, as is my patron. My betrothed, I should say.
You're betrothed to your
Assuming
patron?
Lady Janeth still wishes to marry me after our little, falling out.
You're
recall a
betrothed to your
recent
patron.
scandal. A patriarch of Baldur's Gate who wished to marry a commoner.
Dude, what happened?
She offered me a future. And so, in a fit of madness, I told her of my past.
What's your past?
Of the woman I'd loved before she found me. Love still, in truth. She was less than pleased.
Wait, because you
I
loved
made a
another
timely
woman?
retreat into the countryside. To paint and clear my head.
Did I miss something?
To choose, I suppose.
You told her your past of a woman that you loved before your patron / betrothed found you. Ah, but you're still in love. Oh. Okay, so there's this woman, Lady Janeth, to whom this guy is engaged, and she funds all of his art. And then the woman that funds all of his art gets engaged to him, offers him a future. And so he's like, I know you want to get married to me, but I got to let you know there's this other woman in my past, and I still love her. And his new patron / betrothed is unhappy. And so he pieces out to the countryside to clear his head. That's fair. That's legit. That's actually pretty, that's
Indeed.
terrifying, man. I'm so sorry.
Want to split the very soul. But I dare not dwell on it any longer, lest I weep.
Oh, tortured artist, buddy.
And we have your reward to consider. Once I have made my way safely back to the city.
Look, I just want my money back.
Say, I don't suppose
I don't
you
need
could spare
extra.
some coin, could you? Ease the discomforts of the road some.
Yeah, I think I'm rich. I actually don't know how much money I have on hand. Okay, can't tell. But yeah, you know what? Take some traveling
Hero
money.
to the hilt.
Shut the fuck up,
Seek me
Shadowheart.
out in the city. Truly.
Don't be such a cold-hearted bitch.
Beneath my brush, you'll live forever.
Of course, buddy. Take a
Until
good look.
Baldur's Gate, then.
This is what I look like. Paint me. As for what we were saying over here, the hardcore heroes rule set is just 2nd edition, just regular, unaltered 2nd edition AD&D Dungeons and Dragons, with nothing special about it whatsoever. Just regular old out of the box 2nd edition, and it's great.
Don't know why we don't just kill those.
Don't play a game with 12 people that get pitted against each other in an arena. That's a terrible. No more than 5 players. Certainly no more than 7 players. And you're insane if you're going to try and play with 12 people. One round of combat will be 2 hours long. It will be. It'll take forever to happen,
When we get back to the gate,
and everyone's going to get really bored.
don't touch anything you ain't paid for.
That's way too many people. It's not going to work. Don't do it. Unless you've got like 4 players and each of one of them are playing 3 characters, that makes more sense.
Don't want open flames where we're going.
Okay.
You're a friend of the Zent now. Assuming we make
Okay.
That drink I promised will have to wait. We're moving out. The elf song's my local.
Okay. Ollie,
Good
good
to
old
see
buddy.
you. Killed any more beasts out there?
None of one wants to talk to me. Well, if you can make it work, then make it work, buddy. But that's setting off alarm bells in my head. But you do you. As long as you're having fun, you're doing it right is the true answer. So if you can make it, God, there's so much loot here and I want it all. If you can make it work, awesome. Just, this is your friendly heads up that many players is usually a really bad idea. A dowry for him and his wife. Wasn't there... I thought there was another story that I was supposed to do here. No? No, there's nothing else that I'm supposed to be doing here. This goes to the tea house? There's no way. We gotta go. I have to see if this actually goes to the tea house or not. Okay, so it's not 12 people in combat all at the same time. That that makes more sense. Still, 8 players at once. Woof. Camera.
Got a long road ahead. Doesn't work. Couple turns should do it.
Someone ban this NECA guy who is putting spoilers in chat. Someone get rid of him. Well, good night then, Andrew. Enjoy. Glad I could be of service. I cannot fast travel in my condition. Ooh. Maybe it just glitched out for a moment. Ah, yes, back in the Underdark. Ooh, is this the place that I already saw and visited? I feel like I was at a lift that I looted everything nearby. Yep, I've already looted it. Let's go.
Wouldn't linger down here if I were you. See all that smoke powder?
Yeah.
The flaming fist won't find nothing.
Oof. Oh, man, a treasure chamber? Oh, God, this is the worst. They've given me all sorts of lovely stuff. All sorts of great lootable materials in a place that doesn't have like a story for me to get involved, where I might have to just like make my own excuse for why I'm going to loot these things. I don't know. Let's keep going down. Oh, that's not climbable. What's this way over here? Oh, that's just that main area that we were at earlier. Okay. Okay, so there's not much actually going on down in this area. This just leads. Interesting that they've got like random barricades. This random crevasse that you have to like climb down to get to and then cross over, but then they have like a bigger... There's a bridge here, right? It's just not... Ah, there it is. Thank you. Interesting architecture for this place. And I want what's behind these doors. I wonder if we could pull the old...
Better be cautious.
Let's go.
Don't give me trouble now. Should mind my step. Trap. Be cautious.
Thank you. Thank you.